Your child drops a cracker, screams like the world ended, and you wonder why such a tiny problem creates such a huge reaction. The cup is wrong, the toy breaks, the sock feels different, and suddenly your little one is on the floor in tears. You look at the moment and see a small problem. Your child feels something much bigger. And the surprising part is that this explosion is often not about the cracker at all. It can be about a sudden change from what your child expected to what actually happened. You are not failing because your child has a huge reaction. Your child is learning a skill that is still under construction. Toddlers can feel emotions with enormous intensity before they have the tools to calm those emotions. Their wishes can be clear inside their minds while their words are still catching up. Have you ever watched your child reach for something they cannot explain, then cry harder when you ask what is wrong? That moment is often a collision between a big feeling and a small ability to communicate it. The brain systems involved in impulse control, planning, and emotional regulation continue developing throughout childhood and adolescence. One important area involved in these abilities is the prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain helps support skills like slowing down, shifting attention, and thinking before acting. But a toddler is not expected to have the same self-control as an adult. Their ability to wait, change focus, and handle disappointment grows gradually through development and experience. So when a child screams after a broken snack, the brain may be dealing with disappointment, frustration, and lost control all at once. The adult sees a tiny accident. The child may experience a moment that feels impossible to solve alone. This does not mean every tantrum has one simple cause. Children are different, and the reasons behind their distress can vary from moment to moment. But the larger pattern is that emotional regulation develops slowly. A tantrum is not automatically a performance designed to control you. Many parents worry they are creating bad habits when their child cries, screams, or says no again and again. But a child in the middle of a storm is often showing that they need support with a skill they cannot yet manage alone. Think about the difference between refusing and struggling. A child who says mine repeatedly may not be making a careful argument. They may be trying to hold onto a feeling of control when everything suddenly feels wrong. A small body on the floor, tears on the cheeks, and a loud voice can look like defiance from the outside. Inside, it may be a child overwhelmed by emotions they do not know how to organize. This is why your response during the storm matters. Learning and problem-solving become easier after a child returns to a calmer state. First, your own calm becomes part of the environment your child is experiencing. Kneeling down, lowering your voice, and using fewer words can create a safer moment than a louder voice meeting a louder voice. You can name what is happening without giving in to every demand. Saying you are feeling angry because the snack broke helps your child begin connecting feelings with words. This practice is connected to emotion coaching, an approach that focuses on helping children understand emotions while keeping supportive boundaries. Naming feelings does not remove every difficult moment. It gives your child a map for moments when feelings feel confusing. After your child feels safe, you can guide them toward what happens next. You might say the cracker broke, and we cannot put it back together, but we can choose another snack. The boundary stays, but your child is not left alone inside the feeling. Over time, emotional regulation grows through relationships and repeated practice. Young children often rely on caregivers for co-regulation, which means they borrow calm from a trusted person before building more of their own. Every patient response becomes another small experience of learning how feelings can be handled. The process is not instant, and no single parenting response can guarantee a perfect outcome. It is a gradual path where connection, practice, and guidance help children build new abilities. So when the next meltdown arrives, try looking past the volume of the crying. Look for the child underneath, who is still learning what to do with a feeling that feels too large. You are not trying to defeat the emotion. You are helping your child move through it. And if a broken cracker once looked like the end of the world, you can now see it as a small moment where your child was asking for help with a very big feeling.